Discovery video 130. We're at Gulfstream Park. I got a turf race here. It's also a claiming 30,000 non-winners condition. That's a conditional claimer. So we got a 4-star and a 5-star preferred race here. That's a double. All right. I'm over here on the home page. I'm going to log into the free area. We're going to go to the Discovery video page. There's a button there. You can follow that, or the link, or the banner. It all takes you to the same page. Under the big red arrow is my listing of value odds and overlay preferred races. And in these conditions that I'm going to show you, through my 15 years of research and study, I have found that these races give me a much better than average chance on getting a nice price value odds or overlay winner. Much higher impact value than any other races. I have them all rated from 1 to 5 stars, 5 being the highest rated. Okay, the race we're looking at here at Gulfstream's a turf race. That's a 4-star rated. That's highly rated. The race is also a conditional claimer, which is the top rated 5-star. And like I said, you'll know a conditional claiming race because it'll say CLM, the claiming price, and some sort of numbers or letters following the claiming price. That signifies, as you can see here, and now we got a combination of numbers and letters. Any kind of numbers and letters to the right of the claiming price is a conditional claimer. Those are 5-star preferred, much preferred, and obviously also a turf race. So this is like the race of the day. As I was looking at the conditions, I look for 4- and 5-star races. It's pretty much all I try to concentrate on at the tracks that you see me do videos on. That's where I'm at. That's where the money's at. Now, I've established that the race itself is definitely conducive to what I'm looking for. So next, I look for the value odds horse right there on top. Don't have to look far. Number 4, Duchess of Doom. 8-to-1 morning line, 3-to-1 hour true odds. But all the rest is song and dance if I don't get the odds near post time that I'm looking for. Okay? So, and AKA, also referred to as the most, quote unquote, the most important thing. That would be the odds near post time. I don't know, because if this horse is bet down to 5-to-1, I'm not interested in Duchess of Doom if she's bet down to 5-to-1. Okay? So before anything and everything, I need to know the odds near post time to know whether I'm going to bet this horse or not. Otherwise, nothing else really matters, because I have a minimum odds requirement. Okay, she was 10-to-1 near post time. This is going to be a good learning lesson here. I've covered this a lot, but you never can cover it enough. The 10 horse is 12-to-1. The 3 is 6-to-1. The 8 is 9-to-2. Now, you got a top pick value odds horse in there at 10-to-1 near post time, but the second pick in Group A is 12-to-1. What do? If you've watched my previous videos, you probably already know. But the rule is this. Whenever you have the value odds horse and there's another horse in Group A at high odds, you always ignore that other horse. Now, yes, sometimes that 12-to-1 shot will beat our horse. But in the long run, remember, we're doing this for long-term profit. In the long run, my studies have shown me that concentrating on the value odds horse in this type of situation is the way to go. Okay, so we don't consider any other horse in here but the top pick, Duchess of Doom, the value odds horse, going off at 10-to-1. Okay, I can accept 10-to-1 here. Okay, now I like to see next. What I like to do is to get a little history on the horse. What's going on with the horse? I see she's got the blue and yellow pace icon. It stands for, she has a early and middle pace advantage over this field. And you might not think that that's important in turf racing, but let me tell you, I've looked at at least a million races. A certain percentage of them were turf races, so a lot of turf races. You'd be surprised. You know, the old school of thinking is that late pace is most important on turf, and that for the most part is true. Okay, because they all just kind of, make that late run, and that's where the turf races are decided. However, depending on the pace shape of a race and the horses involved, you can have these horses with an early pace advantage. It's just as good as an advantage as it is on dirt. Okay? Now, what else does she have? She has and I highlighted her turn time rating there of a 92. She's got the highest turn time rating of the field. That's angle 32. Okay? And turn time rating measures speed around the final turn. Some horses can accelerate around the final turn. Some horses don't do it as well. So the horse that accelerates the fastest around the turn is proven to be the horse that you really want to be on that horse. That's the horse that's going to have the momentum and is going to be flying around the stretch. And in tight turn turf races, that's very important. Very, very important. And I reference angle 32. That's of the 36 proven winning overlay angles book, the ebook here. As a matter of fact, each one of these purple boxes is one of the angles that this horse has going for her. But I'm going to look at angle 32, which I just talked about, was the let me get to it here. Alright, 31, 32. Turn time rating angle. Has proven unique and very powerful for many years, yet not used or known by the majority of the players. This gives you a big advantage. And that's exactly what I wrote next. In order to gain an advantage in this game, player needs to use something the majority of the betting public is not using. Okay? And then I pretty much just talk about the, what I just told you about the turn time rating. Okay? Another thing here, I noticed angle 25 is the form rating. Let's scroll up here. This is a very interesting rating because it actually is a predictor. Okay. On our reports, it'll say CURFRM, which was abbreviation for current form, which actually it really needed to be renamed a long time ago, but that's what we named it like 15 years ago. But what it actually is, and I'll highlight it down here for you. The rating itself is more of a predictor of form for today's race rather than a reflection of what the horse has done recently. Okay? That's what makes this rating very powerful. Okay? Here, I'll show you the rating here. I highlighted it in green. She's got a form, well, it's technically called current form, but it's not really current form. It's not the form the horse has been in. It is a rating that indicates what we expect and predict the horse to be in for today's race, which is a heck of a lot more important. If you're using predicting figures, that's so much more valuable than what the horse did last time out. Because we all know the horses are not going to run their good race or the bad race every single time. They go in cycles. And we have a very, long process to get to that number. The form number, it'll blow your mind if you knew how much criteria that goes into that form rating. It's truly amazing. When we first came up with the number, my programmer said, "Man, this is incredible. The amount of information that you're putting into this one number. But it's paid off, okay? I mean, it's paid off. So here again, that is a predictor of today's form, okay? Now, what's the horse been doing? Or, okay, we talked about a couple things there. Now, also, I like to find out, you know, what horse has been doing. Why did the betting public not bet this horse? That's the next question I like to tackle. Now, she was 8-1 morning line. Our true odds of 3-1, and they're letting her go at 10-1. So the betting public really has not showed much interest in her at all. Okay, she finished 5th in a 12-horse field 10 days ago. We know that by the last race column is 10. I highlighted that. 10 days ago, she switched from the dirt to a second place run on the dirt. She switched to the turf and ran 5th out of 12. Not a bad race for switching surfaces. Okay? Also, now this is the Quick F report you're looking at. Okay, this report is called the Quick F report. The Diamond report has all the comments and more information. I highlighted a comment here that I thought was very interesting. Early type runner finished off the board in last start, but the race had a very fast pace. Okay, so, you know, in dealing with pace handicapping, you know, to know that your horse that has an early speed advantage in today's race is coming out of a race in which there was a very fast pace, that obviously hurt the horse's chances in that last race. But today she could be turning the tables. And also on the new report that came out in 2011, the winning overlay situations, the book there, it's for members. I got the whole book there for you. We also have a daily report for each track. It lists the horses in each angle A through Z that they qualify for. And as you can see here, Duchess of Doom, 1, 2, 3, 4. Angles R, S, X, and Z. Anytime you have a horse that qualifies for 2 or more of these angles, very, very potent. Okay? But I think the betting public, I don't know what they were looking at, because she even in conventional means, I don't think that was such a bad race last time out. But, you know, hey, the betting public, you know, they're mostly, keep in mind, the betting public, the majority of them are all using and looking at the same information. Okay? It's those who are looking at different information, a complete story, a more of a detailed story that highlights specific things that are important. That's the player that's going to have an advantage over the rest of them. Okay? But I think, you know, they might have just looked and saw she finished 5th. You know, I don't know. Usually I can tell immediately why they didn't bet a horse, all right? Maybe because it originally came from Suffolk. I do know that a lot of the East Coast bettors at the main tracks, at the big tracks, don't respect any horses that raced at Suffolk. They're considered very low class compared to, let's say, Gulfstream. But, you know, she did ship into Gulfstream and run a nice second on the dirt. He puts her on the turf. She runs a nice 5th out of 12. He returns her to the turf in 10 days. I seem to think he had the condition book all highlighted for the $30,000 non-winners of 3 lifetime turf race. Sometimes you just got to think like a trainer. All right. Put the bets together. First and foremost is the win bet. Even if we have bankroll to play exotic wagers, I always place the win bet first, just in case we somehow don't cash on our exotic wagers. We have the win ticket. I go for the videos. I go $10 to win. Your bet could be more or less depending on your bankroll. So after my win bet would be the exacta. I always wheel my exacta. So that would be a $2 exacta for all. Next, your daily doubles I also wheel. Okay? So if you got rolling doubles, you can obviously look ahead to the 6th race and say, oh, turf race and a conditional claimer. That's a double preferred. So you'll want to get your doubles coming in and a 4-all double on the way out. Okay? Now, trifecta as follows. 4 on top, all by herself in the first position of the trifecta. Second position, 10, 3, 8, 1. That represents the rest of the horses in Group A and the top horse in Group B. Then all for third, 10-cent super, all for fourth. Next, pick 3 wagers. What I like to do is I like to find the special race and the special horse, and I like to key that horse as a single. I want my single to be high odds. So obviously I'm looking for this type of situation in which I think I'm going to get good odds. That's the horse I'm going to single. That's the way I do it, because I play a wager for pick 3s to make some serious payouts. I'm not interested in cashing a pick 3 that paid $70. That's a waste of my time, okay? I'm looking to score, okay? So I will find a race like this with a special race, special horse. I will key her as a lone single in the pick 3. In the other 2 races at a pick 3, I simply play the Group A horses. That's it. And not a surprise, she took them here on a comfortable, remember she had an early pace advantage and a middle pace advantage, which allowed her to get out and just comfortably run at her own pace. And then she had the best turn time, which means she was spinning her wheels faster than the rest of them around the turn, and she had just enough momentum to last by a neck. And most turf races are won or lost by a neck or a nose or something. In any case, speed can hold on the turf. It depends on the race. Every race is a different story, and every horse is a different story, a different situation. 23.20 on the Win Mutual. Let's see, it ran 4.31, so we're hitting the trifecta there too. Also notice that the favorite, where's the favorite? Okay, post-time favorite finished out of the money. And frequently you will see this in these 4- and 5-star preferred races. 23.20 Win Mutual, the exacta 171.60. We got the try there, the super, and we also hit the pick 3s, the group with my strategy. Here's your totals. $10 win bet returns $117. $2 exacta 171.60. A pair of daily doubles, a cheap one for $49.40 and another for $111.40. Dollar trifecta turned in $345.60. An extra little bit of juice on the super for $91.17. And here's where we made the money, some good money. Pick 3s. All 3 of the pick 3s involving this race we hit with my strategy of keying the special horse in the special race as a single with the Group A horses. Those pick 3s returned a nice 923.10 and 131, and another one for 321.10. Total return here on this one horse, $2,261.37. It was quite an interesting day at Gulfstream. We actually had well, that was a Group A. This was another value odds winner here, Wildcat Special, who kicked off that pick 3 that led into our key horse of the day. But we had an 18-to-1 winner right there. I didn't make a video on this race because I felt that the other race was was a better, for a learning experience for you. But anyway, Wildcat Special was a winner, and actually also in the race before, Dior Princess, another value odds winner. So it was a good day at Gulfstream. The weather's beautiful, the racing's great. We're coming into the Triple Crown, Kentucky Derby. It all kicks in now. I'm ready. This is a great time of the year to be a fan. Thank you very much for viewing. Good luck with all your bets.